Welcome to USAFBL Fingerboard Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Cunningham, and I'm excited to be chatting with Warden Kyler. Warden Kyler is also known as Serial City underscore FB on Instagram. Warden, welcome to the podcast. How are you been?
Good, man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Man, me and you, we go way back, I feel like. At least going on what, almost 2, 3 years for sure.
Yeah, I would probably say 3 years now. I would have to say whenever your USAFBL event was in Detroit in
Okay.
22. Yeah.
The Detroit 2022 stop. All right. All
hmm
right. Man. Well, for people that don't know who you are out of Michigan and you're like right smack in the middle of all of the stuff that's going on as far as fingerboarding goes in Michigan right now.
Definitely.
Like, I wouldn't say like you're like running things, but you definitely got your pinky dipped in like everything.
Yeah, I mean, I try to. It's hard because a lot of it's over there in Detroit, So I just try to make sure I travel out there, just get my name out there and show my skills, vibe with everybody, just make friends, and that's what I've done. It's been an awesome, awesome time, and I love the community. So.
The
hmm
Michigan scene has been, I've been preaching this now for over a year or two. I think people may be just like kind of tired of like me just literally just talking about it. But
hmm
I mean, I feel like there's just always something going on. There's always events. There's always like weekend flea markets and
hmm
just crazy stuff, basically. Like, there's just never a dull moment going on in the fingerboarding scene in Michigan.
I mean, it's true. It's We're just trying to make it the biggest scene, in the community. And I think we're close. Maybe not quite there with, Germany themselves, and California, but I think we're in definitely top three.
No, for sure, for sure.
hmm
So, where actually in Michigan are you out of?
So that's funny. I live in Battle Creek, Michigan. That's how I actually got my name. It's the cereal city capital of the world. It used to be anyway, before they started outsourcing. We used to have Ralston's, Post, and Kellogg's.
Oh, so all the manufacturing and stuff for all the cereal.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
We still got Post and Kellogg, but no Ralston's.
All right, well then I have to ask these two questions. You know the fans are going to be like, is cereal, is it a soup?
Hmm. Well, I would have to say yeah. I gotta say it is.
Okay, okay. And
You
then what's
know.
your favorite cereal?
Shoot. I gotta go with. I'm gonna have to go with Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes. All
Yes,
right, that's a
sir.
good choice, good choice.
There's a lot. There's so many out there, so it's
I
hard. It's
know.
hard to really just narrow it down. But that's always just been a staple in my household, and.
I feel that. I think that's probably definitely a top 10 for me. I think Fruity Pebbles is actually
hmm
my go-to, like, or Cinnamon Toast Crunch because of the milk at the
hmm
bottom of the cereal bowl.
Right. Just like the Cocoa Pebbles. Sir,
Yeah.
that's my wife's favorite. My wife and my
Okay.
child. Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles, man.
That's a good time right there. I may have to hit the
hmm
store up when we get done with
Yeah,
this
for real.
podcast for sure. That sounds like a good time. All right, so Battle Creek, that's Cereal City. So that's where the
Yes,
name
sir.
came from. I was actually curious about that because that's a very specific like name or
Yeah.
handle for sure. Like there's got to be a story behind it for sure.
Yeah, so well, I'll tell the story now, really. The story like behind it was my name was originally was like I don't know, Fat Fingers was like the PH. I was like,
Okay.
well, that's all right. I'll start there. And I was like, that's not really doesn't grab me, you know what I'm saying? I was like, what can I relate to? What kind of, I want to do something from my background where I grew up. And then Cereal City just kind of hit me. It was always the nickname for our city, Battle Creek, and just kind of I did it and it stuck. I liked it and that's me. I'm Cereal City now.
All right, so talk to me about your skating background. I mean, did fingerboarding come first or did you skate first?
So I think it was almost hand in hand. So like about like sixth or seventh grade. I mean, I had a little penny board when I was real young. My dad would tell me to take care of it, take care of it. And then one day I didn't take care of it and it got ran over. So yeah. And then eventually it was like sixth grade or seventh grade, I ended up getting like a skateboard. And then I ended up getting like a tech deck at the same time. Just one of my friends gave me one, or I bought one, or my mom bought me one. Just started from there.
Oh, so how long have you been fingerboarding for?
So I started in like seventh grade with my buddy. We'd get them taken away in class, fingerboarding on the binders. I couldn't do nothing on a fingerboard. I could just kind of, I don't know, like a pressure 540, 540 flip. I don't even know what you call it. But yeah, we just get them taken away and I eventually stopped when I got older, went to high school. One day my my internet went out. So I was like, what can I do? Found a little tech deck, started playing with it, you know. And then went on YouTube and saw like was it David Jones, I think? You know,
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
yep, saw all his videos, saw FB Christopher, and then I just fell down the rabbit hole. Started just buying everything I could and sitting down hours at a time, fingerboarding and
All right, you've got a few years then under your belt
mm-hmm.
for sure, which would make sense because you're a sponsored writer. So let's talk about who you're sponsored by.
Yeah, so my board sponsor is Cosmic Inertia. So you guys may know Cosmic Inertia. I'm sponsored by him. I've been sponsored by him for I'd say probably going on 2 years now. And then I'm also sponsored by Fatty's Pre-Rolls. So they're if you guys don't know, they're a pretty well-known name in the industry. They're a cannabis company as well as a fingerboarding company. So that's definitely been a big goal of mine when I started. To be able to achieve it was definitely a highlight of my career so far, you know.
So like the goal was to get sponsored?
Well, the goal was just to one day be sponsored or be involved with fatties. I saw
Oh, okay.
them on Instagram, you know, and I was like, man, I'm just a cannabis enthusiast myself. I fingerboard, you know, that's the company for me. And so I just kind of strove to that and it eventually happened, you know.
The Fatties brand, man, they're like Black River. Like they make
Mm-hmm.
the cannabis look sexy. They make fingerboarding
Mm-hmm.
look sexy. Like everything they do, they market it like really well.
Yeah, I was definitely impressed with everything that they do in the background. It's crazy. It's a lot more to it than you'd think.
Oh, I believe that. I believe
Mm-hmm.
that. All right, so tell us the story of how you got on Cosmic Inertia's team.
So, back when I first started fingerboarding, I was like looking for brands to. I just couldn't pull the trigger on a brand to buy, you know. And I kind of like Cosmic Inertia, but I was new and I couldn't find his website or he didn't have any product on his website, and so I was like, okay, whatever, you know. And then when I finally went to my first event, which was yours in 22, he had some products for sale, and I just picked up my first one. I vibed with him. I just started really supporting, showing love at all the events because he was at all the events. And then eventually he just kind of put me on the team, and it's more of like a family, you know. It feels more
Yeah,
like a family, but it's just been up from there, really.
man. Yeah, I've known Jeff for 4 or 5 years. Like,
Yeah,
because my like third or fourth event, I think, was Chicken Fingers back in like 2021, like back and stuff. And I want to say he was there. And I think that was like the first time I think I met him.
yeah, I'm sure he would have been. Him and Alan go way back, so
Yeah, they're like best buds.
yeah,
Yeah, shout out Alan as
yeah,
well.
for sure. Grind
Grind
fingerboards.
fingerboards. Yep, yep. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then tell us how you got on the Fatties team. Like that's kind of this is I'm interested to hear this because this isn't they don't just add people just to add people. So you got to
Right,
be somebody.
right. So it was kind of crazy. They put out an ad for a brand ambassador for going out and going to dispensaries and just talking about the product and fingerboarding. And I had seen it, thought it was cool, and was like, that's not, you know, they would never pick me, you know. What makes me stand out? And then a couple of my friends, John, I don't know if you know Jonathan, hey it's Kodiak or hey it's
Oh
Kodak.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Him and a couple other guys would hit me up. Hey, you should interview for this. You should try this out. This is perfect. It's right down your alley. And I was like, no, I'll try it. And then they hit me up probably like a week later. I had an interview and they liked me, I guess, you know, and it's definitely been a blessing to go out and make their brand bigger, you know, grow their brand.
So for someone that's sponsored by
Hmm.
two brands, kind of kind of walk us through like, what it's like to be sponsored, kind of like what those responsibilities and stuff like that look like on your side. I know it's like a lot of people's dreams to be sponsored
Right.
just by really anybody. I mean, some people have like specific companies that they're looking for, but like kind of walk us down like what it really means to be sponsored, what those responsibilities look like.
Right. Okay. So yeah, with fatties, it's like a job as well as being a team writer, being a brand ambassador, and going to cannabis related events and uh dispensaries and just showcasing them. But with Cosmic Inertia, it's just showing love at events, writing his brand, and just putting out content and just being like just vibing with the team. You gotta have that type of relationship with somebody in order to get sponsored. So it's not just I I buy this person's product, I showcase it on Instagram. You also got to get that relationship with that person. Become friends. That's a
Oh,
couple
definitely,
couple things.
definitely. Because I interview a lot of brands, and so like I hear the story behind what they look for in team riders, but it's very rarely I'm able to get someone that's an actual sponsored writer and getting their perspective as to
Yeah.
like what it means to be sponsored and stuff. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, definitely show support, show love, build relationships with the brand. Like what everybody tells you. Those are the two biggest things in my opinion. You don't got to be the best at fingerboarding, but as long as you put out entertaining stuff or content in general, that gets people interested in the brand.
I like that. I like that. So the cool thing with
Mm-hmm.
Fatties did they were a team for King of the Plies last
Mm-hmm.
year. And then you guys not only entered in as a team, but you guys actually won the entire contest last year
Yeah.
for King of the Plies, which you guys put together an absolute epic video submission. Like it's top tier. It's up
Yeah, I
there.
appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah. Tell us kind of like the King of the Plies, just kind of like how you guys as a team, how did you guys gather the team? Like, what did the challenges look like as far as like going out and filming all this? Like, kind of give us some of the behind the scenes and stuff for King of the Plies.
Yeah,
Actually,
for
before
sure.
I even get into all that, I don't even know if people even know what King of the Plies is. So let me backpedal a little bit. So,
Absolutely.
King of the Plies is a multi-city outdoor team event. So last year we had 10 teams located all across the United States. Michigan, Ohio, Florida, North Carolina. Like we had teams in like 10 different states. I think there was two
Mm-hmm.
teams in Michigan. So Michigan's just absolutely crazy, but each one of these teams, they all had the same set of challenges. So they had a list of challenges and they had to record themselves doing these challenges and then submit a finalized video of their city, their team, the whole cultural background of like their city. So really capturing their city. Obviously, they have to get all the challenges and stuff in as well and make it into a very entertaining video submission. And then we judged off of that video submission. And so Team Fatties over
Mm-hmm.
here, they took first out of all 10 teams. So they actually just absolutely killed it. And so when we're going into this question lineup here with Serial City here, basically we're looking to kind of see like the behind the scenes of, how the team came together, how they got selected, and kind of like, tell us kind of how the process of, putting together that video submission.
So really, at the time when that came out, the way that we were selected was, I mean, there was really only, what was it, four? So I think like four writers, was it? Four writers and a filmer?
Yeah, four writers, four team writers, and a filmer. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we only have like four actual writers at that time. So that was pretty easy. And then we had Alan, who is just a great filmer, great behind the scenes guy. So he was our filmer. Yeah, it was just vibing with the team. It was really a grind though, because with me, it's 2 hours away. So I was driving 2 hours every day there and back. Well, 4 hours it would be a round trip. And it got to be a grind, but just to vibe with the team was fun for sure.
I know a lot of people that were taking place in the contest, they were all pretty much kind of saying that like doing those challenges and their stuff as a team like really kind of helped bond everybody together and stuff like that. You guys had pretty much the same experiences?
I would have to say we did. I just felt like it grew my relationships with everybody on the team, just from because of like how far away I am, how far away I live compared to everybody else. They can kind of go and do their thing, go to these quick meetups and stuff, and I can't. So I go to the events and all those types of stuff. So being able to go there every day and just hang out with them and learn them more was definitely a blessing.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
You do know that you guys are gonna have to defend your championship, right? Like you got to
Yes,
defend your
sir.
honor.
Yes, sir. We're definitely stoked. I'm super competitive, so I'm definitely excited to throw some bangers in the video. And we got some crazy stuff in our back pocket, and I think you guys will all like it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I know me and Gary have been working really, really hard behind the scenes, working on the logistics and stuff behind it. We've got more challenges, more in the street challenges.
Hmm.
We've got, I think we carried like five challenges from last year over. So we're looking at like 20 brand new challenges for this year.
Okay.
And then we're looking at adding a couple more team roster spots as well. So we're looking at, still a $1,500 cash prize for first, but we're also looking at doing like a $500 cash prize for second. And I think third will end up getting their money back. So it's
Okay.
going to be a lot more money, a lot more prizes, a lot more at stake this year for sure.
Hey, I'm definitely excited to see what everybody puts out, all the new teams and everything, all the new challenges. You want to hint a new challenge?
A
Hmm.
hint
Hmm.
at a new challenge. All right, so I'll give you one. I'll give you one. I'll
Okay.
leak one on the
Since I'm
here
a
on the
reigning
podcast.
champ, you know.
So, one challenge that's kind of exciting. So, we have a tree top challenge. So, if we're talking about bringing some obstacles or a little mini plaza or something like that, climbing a tree and getting a filmed edit of you guys doing a like a 20-30 second video edit in the treetop.
All these pending lawsuits are exhausting. I need a holiday.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I like that. It won't be me in the tree, but I like that, you know.
So we got some cool stuff like that. We've got stuff that's not quite nearly as extreme, but definitely more in the street type stuff for sure. Never
Heck
a
yeah.
dull moment.
Right, that's true, man. That's fun.
Never a dull moment. You guys still have the traveling trophy.
Do we actually?
Yeah, you guys still have
Do
the
we?
traveling trophy. I
Okay.
hit
I
Alan up. I'm
guess
like, I've got to get that back here in a few
yeah,
weeks. So
last time I knew it was getting ready to get shipped out. So it was here for a little while. I got to hang out with it, sesh it a little bit, you know. And then it kind of went to everybody else on the team and then it just kind of sits at the headquarters, you know. Hangs
yeah,
out
so
there.
looking all good. Got
Yes,
the middle
sir.
finger duck. So
Yes, sir.
love it, love it. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited to see what teams that we'll have entering the contest. I'm excited to see how the video submissions and stuff come out. If you guys are interested in checking out all of the video submissions from last year, definitely hit up USAFBL_KOTP on YouTube. You'll be able to
Mhm.
see all of those video submissions and stuff. I know you guys had some crazy stuff. I think the best one personally might have been Kelms. Kelms put out like a what do
I
you
mean,
call it? Like a Sundance Film Festival style video that should have gotten way more love, but
yeah, in my opinion, the best one probably would have been Ken's as well. It's hard for me to remember.
it's been
I'd
almost a
have to go
full year,
watch.
so
Yeah, I'd have to
it's
go
been a
watch
minute.
them again. But I do remember the Chems one stuck out. Ours stuck out. The Yuck one stuck out. I mean, they were just all
They
really.
were really, really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I liked them a
Now that
lot.
I think that we've got a full year of what to kind of expect and also we've got guidelines now because when you do it the
Yep.
first time you guys were in a rough situation where like you didn't really have a lot to go off of. And
Mm-hmm.
so like now that it's been done, you've seen other people's examples, you're like, oh, I can do a little bit from here and a little bit from there. Like I like
Yeah.
this, like that, yada yada yada.
I remember having to shoot you a text. Is this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Yeah, you
And I'm
know.
like, you got creative reign, make it happen.
Right. You know.
You're like, that doesn't really help. And I'm like, it helps.
Right. Hey, I can't. You got to do your thing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Man, all right. So you guys did. All right. So we actually first met then at the Detroit 2022 tour stop, the
Yep.
USFBL tour stop. That event, we did that at a Legion post, like a military branch
Yeah.
facility, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So you hit me up with that. I'm like, man, I gotta backtrack the archives right there.
Yeah. No, you're right, man. Good memory, bro.
So this is your very first fingerboarding event.
Yep. That was my very first fingerboarding event, other than just at home, just hanging out by myself. I actually got cold feet. We got there, got parked, and my wife and my daughter were there. They went to the park and did their thing, but I was like, maybe I don't go in. I went in, and it was probably one of the best things I've ever done. It was changed my life for sure. You know,
Man, well, I'm glad you came in.
I
I don't
appreciate
want to
it.
like brag too hard, but I mean, I may have like ruined fingerboarding events for you. Like to walk
Mhm.
into a spot and literally just see Black River Parks for as
Yeah,
far as the eye can see is kind of crazy.
it was definitely one of the best events I've ever been to, and I go to probably just I think you could count on one hand every event I've missed in Michigan. So that's pretty since I've been
That's a lot of
in the
events.
hobby. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I just you know I try to get my name out there and vibe with everybody just as much as possible. It feels at home. It's fun, and I'm good at it.
Well, I'm excited to be back in Detroit this year. For those that don't know, we are back on the road this year. I know last year we did a lot of sanctioned events, but this year we're actually touring and we'll actually be on the road and we'll be hosting 2 day and 3 day weekend events. And one of those events is going to be in Detroit this year. So
Hmm.
I'm excited to be back. It's been 2 years now since I've been in Detroit, and I think Michigan is more than ready for USFBL to make a tour stop for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people I think in Michigan that are very good at fingerboarding. So it's gonna be a great event, and the competition is gonna be steep. So it's gonna be pretty sweet.
It's
I'm excited.
nuts. So we looking at all right, so these tour stops aren't just tour stops. These
Hmm.
are regional events. So what we're doing, USFBL is doing, is we have taken all of the best fingerboarders in each region and we are gathering them up at each regional stop. So we've got a West Coast and East Coast, North and a South event. And so Detroit is our North event. And so all of the best fingerboarders in the North are going to be
Oh,
at
okay.
this Detroit
Okay.
regional stop.
So it's gonna be even bigger than what I had anticipated. Okay.
So the competition not only is going to be steep, but
Hmm.
competition is going to be at an all-time high.
Hmm.
So I am excited to see everybody show up and show out and just literally watching the best that fingerboarding has to offer for each region. And Detroit goes, I mean, just the Michigan scene in general, like there's a lot of sanctioned events that are happening there. And so like there's a lot of ranked people up in the north, a lot of people in Detroit, the whole state of Michigan, stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I think that this event is going to be absolute insanity.
It's gonna make or break some people. I feel you.
Well, the cool thing with you guys is that, the people that place really high at this regional event will get invited to go to our national event, which is going to be here in Indianapolis,
Hmm.
Indiana. So we've got a 3 day national event here. And so the winners of Best Run, Best Trick, and Game of Skate here at the national event are going to get an all expense paid to go to Germany to go compete at Fast Fingers 22. So we're paying for flights, hotels, your entry fees and stuff for Fast Fingers 22, all that stuff. So you guys will be representing Team USA FBL.
Hmm.
And so we're bringing our USA's best fingerboarders to Germany to go compete.
Yeah, that would be insane. To get like a chance to do that would be probably once in a lifetime, Could be for some people,
For some people,
you know.
definitely. For us, it'll be every 2 years when they do fast fingers. But
Yeah. To be able to think, could I actually go, That would be insane to make it out there. That'd be awesome.
so the stakes this year are going to be extremely high. So for people that are like, even if I got invited, like maybe I shouldn't try it. I'm like, dude, there's a lot on the line. Like
Hmm.
there's regional glory. So to basically say that like you're the king of the North is like, I mean, it doesn't get any crazier than that to be like, yeah, dude, there's nobody in like a 1,500 square radius mile of like where you're at that can fingerboard better than you in and like that category is kind of crazy thing to be able to say.
Yeah, that would
And
that would be
then
great.
yeah, and then to literally be able to compete and be able to actually win a free trip to go to Germany,
Hmm.
visit the culture, visit the lifestyle, see all the European riders. I mean, all of the global big dogs are at this event. So you're
Hmm.
talking like people like Cartwheel and like, man, I
Like
can't even just
Ramen Nagala.
Yeah, all the Black
Mm-hmm.
River team, like
Mm-hmm.
pretty much like every single person on the Black River team is going to be there. So if there's anybody you like Stoli, Ramon, any of
Yep.
those guys, they're all going to be there. All your global brands. I don't know why none of these are even like popping up. Like
Popping. Right.
Katha FPS, like
Okay. Yeah.
she'll be
Yeah.
there. Like all the big global brands, the European brands, like they're all going to be there. So it's a chance of a lifetime to literally be able to go over and meet all these people in person and stuff like that.
Do anything to go. That'd be crazy. You know, I'll definitely throw some bangers down if I get out there.
Definitely, definitely. We're getting ready to put together the power rankings list,
Mm-hmm.
which by the time this episode comes out, it should be coming out in about a week or two.
Okay.
And so we're going to have the top ranked competitors for each region so that people know whether or not they're like in line to be invited to the competition portions of each of the regional events and stuff and see where they're at. And if they're like, hey, I'm a little bit low, but I need to, get up to that top 20, top 25 spot, like I need to go hit up another sanctioned event or something
Yeah,
like that
that's
and go.
exactly what I was thinking. I
So yeah,
I'm pretty I'm on the cusp, so I feel like I need to hit up a couple more events if there's any around before
there's
then.
always you
I
got
haven't
for
checked.
Michigan, you've got man, we just did the
Alex
Alex
Downs.
Downs one
Yep.
like about 2 weeks ago. I know you've
Yep.
got Chicken Fingers and Grind
Okay, yep.
Time, which will
Yep,
be
I'll be at
sanctioned as
those.
well. I think both of those will actually hit before the event, so you'll have
Yep.
two options there if you're in the Michigan spot. I want to say Alex Downs might be doing another one later in the year, so that might be able to count as well for you guys. So you got some options.
I know he's got what is it, March 8th? We got another flea market, so that'll be
Yeah, you got a
awesome,
flea market going
you know.
on. That's not sanctioned, but yeah,
Right,
should
right,
definitely go
right.
check that out though. But yeah, there's always a fingerboarding thing going on for sure
Oh
in
yeah.
Michigan. Sanctioned
Don't
events and stuff. It's still early. We're recording this at the end of February, so we're still stacking events and stuff. So definitely, keep an eye out at USFPL for sanctioned events, and you can also check out Plies Mag that has a listing of all of the events happening globally. So there's tons of
if you're
stuff on there.
if you're just sitting there, watching the podcast thinking, I can't go to no events, man. Just get out there. That's what I
Definitely
had
get
to
out
do.
there.
So
Yeah, we're like Plies Mag has like almost 60 fingerboarding events
mhm.
already on the website right now globally. Most of them like here in the United States, of course, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's like I said, it's end of February and there's 60 fingerboarding events
right.
on the site right now, like
And it's not
active.
even summer, so
Yeah, I got snow outside right now. Like
right.
that's how crazy that is. So here in like probably another 30 days or so, like I mean,
Yeah.
I'm expecting that number to hit almost 100. So
And then FBCon, I'm excited for that one.
yeah, yeah,
That'll be my
yeah.
first. That'll be I think that might trump yours and be the biggest one I've been to. That'll be crazy, I think.
It'd be crazy. Yeah, it's sold out too, which
Yep,
is
yep,
which is nuts. I'm
yep.
pretty sure they're like practically sold out last year too. It was pretty tight quarters last year.
I saw people looking to buy other tickets. Like, if you don't want your tickets, we'll buy them,
Yeah, I'm expecting the scalping and stuff to get a
Right.
little out of control this year for sure. But yeah,
I'm
they
definitely,
sold out like 2 months prior to their event, which is kind of
yeah.
crazy. So
I'm stoked I got my ticket. And I was like, I'm not procrastinating this time.
yeah, I saw it and I picked up my ticket. I'm still not really sure if I'll be able to go or not. I definitely want to go. I just haven't
Hmm.
locked it in yet. So, but I've got a ticket because I was just like, I got to get one because I don't want to like be able like, yeah, I can go. And then like all of a sudden I can't go because I didn't buy a ticket. So,
Right. Yeah, I'll be there with the Fatties crew, repping Fatties and
okay,
Cosmo.
okay. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be like a red carpet event because pretty
Hmm.
much everybody who's everybody pretty much goes to the Rendezvous Fingerboard Con weekend.
Yeah, I'm definitely stoked to see Boston because I'll probably go out there, just see Massachusetts. It'll be sweet.
Yeah, for those that don't know what we're talking about, Rendezvous obviously with Mike Snyder. He's got the Flat Face Warehouse. He does these epic events every 6 months, like April and November,
Yeah,
and
yep,
then
April, November.
Six Gates, Vito, he has kind of piggybacked Fingerboarding Con on that weekend. So up until USFBL with our 2 day, 3 day weekend events, like this is like the only weekend event really where you can go and there's like stuff going on all day Saturday, and then you've got Fingerboarding Con going on all day Sunday. And so it's just a really cool fingerboarding weekend.
Yeah, this in USAFBL is well, that in USAFBL is like on a level of its own. I think you got events and then you got tour stops, and you got stuff like that. So,
Yeah, yeah. Different experiences, but definitely
for
just
sure.
as equally as fun. This is probably going to be a good time to do our Listen to Win contest.
Yeah, I'm down.
You wanna tell
Tell them
them
what
what they're
it's.
gonna win?
Yes, sir, I do. So they're gonna win a T-shirt in your size and your preferred color, with the Cereal City logo on it. Mm,
Okay. All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So we got the Cereal City t-shirt in
Mm,
your size and color. Also, throwing in a sticker pack as well.
Yes, sir. Cereal City sticker pack.
Man, all right. And so the challenge. So Orden here's got a varial heel to 5-0 revert out. So we're looking for the steeziest varial heel 5-0 revert out. Audio comes out Wednesday, video comes out Thursday. Contest ends 5 p.m. Friday Eastern Time. So you got to tag USAFBL, USAFBL underscore FBP, and Serial City underscore FB.
Mhm.
So tag all three accounts, put it on Instagram, clip it, edit it, make it steezy, and we're going to pick out a winner.
I'm definitely excited to see what people throw down because that's one of my go-to lines, and I'm excited to see how good people can get it.
Man, we've got some monsters out there that are
Yeah,
watching the pod. Like I gave away my very first fingerboard a couple episodes ago, and that was a five-piece banger. And I was actually
yeah,
shocked to see that a couple people were actually able to hit that. So
yeah. I saw that. I was not gonna try it. I was like, oh, that sounds sick. That's I'm not. I would love to get the full membership of the Plies magazines and the deck, but nah, I can't. I'm not gonna sit here for days trying it. That's that's a banger, dude.
it is a banger.
Hmm.
It is a banger of a trick. That's my most technical. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
nice.
glad that Baja Extra Blast actually won that, which is crazy
Okay.
because it's a Mountain Dew deck, and you got to have the crazy thing is that like Baja Mountain Dew
All right. That's
name and won
meant
the
to
Mountain
be.
Dew deck. I feel like
Yeah.
it was definitely meant to be for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
So,
That's funny.
and then this podcast will kind of COA that as well. I feel like that deck sometime in the future, at the rate that, I'm going, USFBL is going, that deck could be worth, it might be the most expensive fingerboarding deck in the future on the secondary market. I don't know.
I was thinking about that, like with the magazines, they maybe one day have potential to spike up in price, if we got a
I know
full set.
issue number one could get crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with us fingerboarders, it can get crazy, man.
The secondary market for fingerboarding stuff gets pretty wild. Like I see some of these bonks and some of these like
Yeah.
older flat face decks and wheels and things like that getting to just crazy high prices.
I'm a sponsored disc golfer, so I used to see like a secondary market for disc golf discs. Just it would be insane. The flip would be insane. You'd buy them for $20 in an event, and they'd go for hundreds of dollars, man. It's just
That's
that's the market.
crazy. I actually still have a set. I used to do that a long time ago, like about a decade ago. I used to be pretty decent at disc golf.
Okay.
I'm from Branson, Missouri, so they have like three or four like public courses and stuff. And
Yep.
so, you know, the boys,
It's
we just kind of, mess around, grab some beer, and kind of just
Yeah.
like go
That's how it
play some disc
starts,
golf.
man. That's
Yeah,
how it
yeah.
started with me. I've been playing for 14 years. I go to events, or well, I don't as much anymore. Fingerboarding's kind of taken over my hobby life, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I
So
feel that.
I go out and play every once in a while, but it was definitely fun just going to those events, competing and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Michigan's disc golf scene is insane. If you
Is
know, you
it?
know.
Okay.
So yeah, it's crazy.
Huh. Well, I may have to dust off my set. I know it's got
Mhm.
like 2 inches of dust on it for sure.
Hit me up, man. We can go. I'll
All
meet you
right, all
halfway.
right. I know I'm missing. I can't. Maybe it's a drive. I think I do have a good driver. I lost
Mhm.
one a long time ago. I remember losing it, and that may be the reason why I haven't like went back or not.
Dude, I got so many. I could give you a whole bag.
Okay,
It's
okay.
insane.
I know I got a few nighttime ones that got the little lights
Hmm.
and stuff on. You can play
Yeah.
nighttime golf. So I got options. I
Yeah,
got
it's
options.
fun. It's definitely fun.
So I know that's a hobby. What other hobbies you got that people may not know about you?
Well, like a lot of other fingerboarders that have been on your podcast, I'm a video gamer.
Okay.
So I play a lot of video games. I'm involved with my brother's stream. Little shout out for him, Darth Tater Z7 on YouTube. So go
Okay.
check that
Okay.
out. Yeah, he's big into it. So I play a lot of video games, and then I'm a very competitive person. I'm like into sports. So like Michigan and the Lions, any home, Detroit team is my team. So yeah, those are my hobbies, just hanging out with the family, watching sports, playing sports video games or, first person shooters or pretty much
Gotcha.
anything really.
What's the go-to game right now?
Right now I'm a big Rocket League player.
Okay.
Yeah, I play a lot of Rocket League. I play on the PC, so a lot of like looter shooter extractions.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so stuff like that. And then any sports game, basketball, football. I just been playing college football. I just got a new Xbox, so
Okay.
that was pretty fun. It's been taking over my life a little bit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I used to be a Lions fan for a few years back when Matt Stafford was good, and
Hmm.
then Matt Stafford, he kind of crapped the bed. He kind of screwed me on some fantasy football teams.
Oh yeah, fantasy football. Don't get me started,
I
man.
know.
Oh,
I know.
oh
I
man.
know.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster for sure with the Lions. I'm thankful Michigan won that natty.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll ride with them. They're my teams through the
Oh
thick and
yeah.
thin. I was there for the 0 and 6. What was it? 0 and 16 season? Yeah.
That was a brutal.
Yeah. 2008.
Yeah, we don't talk
Yeah.
about that really.
No, we don't. Let's talk about the going to the playoffs,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
crap in the bed, but whatever. That'll change.
Man, all right. Well, I'm sure you got a nice little list of shout outs, people you want to recognize.
Yes, sir. First I want to start with like the Fatties team, all those riders. Great people, to hang out with, very supporting. The Cosmic Inertia team, those guys are just crazy. I vibe with them real well. So shout out to all them guys for inviting me in and just treating me like part of the family. I want to thank Andrew. He's the owner of Fatties for putting me on the team and trusting me with his brand. I'm kind of the only one out here over here on the this side of Michigan that reps their brand, so it's pretty cool. Jeff for putting me on Cosmic team. Shout out to him. He's an awesome guy. So Pipsqueak wheels, because that's the only wheels I ride. I'm not sponsored, but he's a great friend. Matt is a good guy. I've known him for a minute now. I love his wheels. If you don't have any, you should try them. I want to thank my wife for putting up with me in my click clack in my room. I got a game room or a fingerboard room that I'm able to use, so that's nice. All of you guys that follow me on Instagram, I want to thank you guys. I wouldn't be here without you. I know it's not very huge. I'm still working to 1,000, but I appreciate it. And then you, Levine, for allowing me to be on this podcast and putting on USAFBL events and everything you do behind the scenes. I know it's probably a lot. So it was I just can't thank you enough for what you've done for me with you being my first event and everything you do for the scene. It's pretty awesome, man. I strive to be like you and grow the scene over here. So
Well, I appreciate that.
yeah, sure, brother.
Appreciate that a lot. I got a few shout outs as well. First off, if you're listening to or watching this on our Patreon account before anybody else, thank you, thank you, thank you for all the love and support. We've got league memberships live on the websites. We've got sanctioned events. I think we're up to like 17 or 18 sanctioned events already. It's still
Mhm.
end of February, so we're still stacking those, getting your opportunity to move up into the regional power rankings. We're back on tour this year. We've got 5 stops on our tour. We've got 4 regional events and 1 national event. You can check all of that out at usafbl.com. You can pick up vendor booths, tickets. If you guys are looking to sponsor any of the events, any of the tour stops, definitely hit us up. We've got Plies Mag. So, for you guys that may have not heard of this, we started a Thrasher style fingerboarding magazine. It is a free digital online magazine. You can also pick up physical copies as well. You can check all that out at pliesmag.com. We've got a massive list of like 60 fingerboarding events right now, and we're expected to get up to about 100 to 120 current fingerboarding events. So every single fingerboarding event will be listed on our site at pliesmag.com. So go check that out. Great resource for you guys if you guys want to get connected and see what's going on and maybe in a city in where you're at or even near you. So definitely check it out. And then of course we've got King of the Plies getting ready to happen here in about 30 days or so. If you are a brand that's got a local team and you're going to be part of that as well, hit us up. USAFPL, we're looking for a couple teams. If you're an amateur that's like not part of a brand or a team or sponsored, but you and like 3 or 5 buddies want to get together and create your own team, hit me up as well. We got a couple roster spots open. So, Orden, where can people find you online? Like, what's your handle? What platforms you on?
So right now I'm most active on Instagram at Serial City underscore FB. I do have a YouTube. It's Serial City Fingerboards. I have one unboxing video on there. I'm working on getting more active on there. I was going to have a vlog for Chicago, but I lost all the footage, so that was great. But I'll work on getting more active. But yeah, those are it really.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to make it super easy for everybody. I'll put the descriptions here in the link. And Warden, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, Levine. I can't thank you enough for having me on, brother.
No worries. Till next time.
See ya.
Rolling through the concrete chaos, I'm alive. With my fingerboard, I'm ready to dive. Pushing limits, flipping tricks, high in the sky. Every sliding grind, I'm chasing that high. Feel the rhythm, let it flow. Fingerboarding, let's steal the show. Fingerboarding, I'm fighting free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Grip take tight, I'm soaring like a bird. Every trick a story, every slide a word. Grinding on the edge, I'm breaking the mold. Fingerboarding dreams worth their weight in gold. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream. Fingerboarding, I'm fighting free. With every flick, I'll write my story. On this board, I'm never alone. In the skate park, I found my home. Hear the wheels as they scream in this fingerboarding dream. Fingerboarding, I'm fighting free.